Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The DTC B0020-1A indicates a detected fault regarding decreased resistance in the left side airbag inflator. This error code is specific to situations where the voltage on the detection line within the supplementary restraint system (SRS) unit falls below a specified threshold. If this occurs, the SRS unit assumes there's an anomaly and subsequently generates and stores this fault code. The error can signify potential issues with the driver's side airbag, the external wiring circuitry, or the SRS unit itself. Understanding the nature of this specific DTC is vital, as it directly impacts the vehicle's safety features, including airbag deployment functionality during a collision. A comprehensive approach is essential for accurate diagnosis, necessitating thorough inspection of all associated components and wiring before concluding on the fault. The DTC B0020-1A specifically references an issue with decreased resistance in the left side airbag inflator system. The key component affected is the airbag inflator itself, which plays a crucial role in deploying the airbag during a collision. The inflator operates by generating gas that fills the airbag rapidly to provide cushioning during impact. Located on the driver's side of the vehicle, the inflator is connected to the SRS unit through a dedicated circuitry. The SRS unit's role is to monitor the conditions and determine whether the airbag should deploy based on crash conditions. Thus, it crucially depends on adequate voltage through the detection line. When this voltage drops below an acceptable level, it signals the SRS unit of a malfunction, necessitating the generation of DTC B0020-1A. Several potential causes can result in the activation of DTC B0020-1A. The most common is a malfunction of the driver's side airbag itself, which could result from internal damage or manufacturing defects. Another significant area to inspect is the wiring circuits associated with the left side airbag. Shorted wires can disrupt the normal voltage readings on the detection line, leading to a fault code. Additionally, a faulty SRS unit could erroneously interpret the airbag's condition and trigger the DTC. It's essential to also consider whether any recent installation of parts was carried out incorrectly, particularly if the vehicle has gone through repair after a collision. Each of these causes compromises the safety features of the vehicle, making diagnosis critical. When DTC B0020-1A is triggered, several symptoms may manifest within the vehicle's systems. The most prominent notable symptom is the illumination of the SRS warning light on the dashboard, which serves as an alert to the driver of a malfunction in the airbag system. This alert could indicate that the airbag may not deploy correctly in the event of a collision, jeopardizing passenger safety. Additionally, if you connect a diagnostic tool, it is likely to display the error message associated with DTC B0020-1A. Furthermore, discrepancies in the driver's side airbag functionality may also be noticed, potentially highlighting a mechanical failure or disconnection in the airbag or its components. The first troubleshooting step involves the confirmation procedure to validate the presence of DTC B0020-1A. Begin by turning the vehicle's ignition to the on position, keeping in mind to avoid starting the engine. Once the ignition is on, you need to wait for approximately 10 seconds to allow the SRS system to initialize. After this waiting period, check the diagnostic trouble codes recorded by the SRS unit. If the DTC B0020-1A does not appear, this indicates that the airbag's detection line is functioning correctly, suggesting that the fault may actually reside within the driver's side airbag, which needs to be inspected further. In contrast, if the DTC is present, It confirms that there is indeed an ongoing issue that requires further diagnosis. Following the initial confirmation, the next step in the troubleshooting process involves inspecting the driver's side airbag. First, disconnect the driver's side airbag inflator connector, ensuring that you follow SRS precautions, including the 12-volt battery terminal disconnection protocol, and waiting 3 minutes before working on the circuit. Inspect the inflator connector for signs of damage, corrosion, or any physical obstruction that may hinder proper operation. It is important to ensure that the connector fits securely and is free from contaminants that could affect electrical connectivity. Additionally, examine the integrity of the airbag component itself. If the airbag has been deployed previously or shows any signs of wear, it must be replaced. A thorough inspection at this stage is essential to ensure the safety features of the vehicle are not compromised. The third step focuses on inspecting the LFSA plus and LFSA minus wiring for short circuits that may cause DTC B0020-1A. Begin by disconnecting the SRS unit connector B57P and ensuring that the driver's side airbag inflator connector remains disconnected. It is also vital to connect the SRS short canceller to SRS unit connector B, terminals 3 and 4, for testing purposes. Once the setup is complete, examine the LFSA plus and LFSA minus circuits for any shorts to the ground or to each other. Use a multimeter to check the voltage and ensure it reads above 1 milliwatts under the off condition. This check helps determine if there is an abnormality in the circuitry that might trigger the DTC. A thorough inspection is crucial because even a minor wiring issue can lead to significant safety concerns concerning airbag deployment. If the inspections of the driver's side airbag and the associated wiring show normal conditions, it leads to the SRS unit itself as the probable culprit for DTC B0020-1A. In this step, it is essential to isolate the SRS unit from other components to ensure that no external factors influence the operation. Conduct a thorough examination of the SRS unit, checking its connectors, and inspecting both the internal and external components. Confirm that the SRS unit is functioning correctly without any blockage or faults that may affect performance. Additionally, ensure that there are no other diagnostic trouble codes present, as the presence of additional codes could indicate broader issues within the SRS system. If the SRS unit is found defective, replacement may be required to restore airbag functionality and, by extension, vehicle safety. After completing the troubleshooting process and any necessary repairs, the final step is to verify that the issue has been resolved. This involves performing a complete system check to ensure that all previous DTCs have been cleared and that the driver's side airbag system is functioning optimally. Utilize a diagnostic tool to clear DTC B0020-1A from the system and run a series of tests to confirm that the code does not reappear. It's crucial to verify that the airbag deploys correctly and that the SRS unit responds appropriately during testing. Document all findings and actions taken during the troubleshooting process to ensure that there is a clear record if further issues arise in the future. This final verification not only assures that the repair was successful, but also enhances the safety profile of the vehicle. Preventive maintenance is important to minimize the risk of future occurrences related to DTC B0020-1A. Regular checks of the SRS components are advised, which includes inspecting the airbag and its wiring for any signs of wear or damage. Conduct routine visual inspections to ensure that connectors are intact and free of corrosion or foreign materials. It's also imperative to confirm that any installations performed after repairs, particularly after a collision, are done by professionals and according to the manufacturer's guidelines. Following these maintenance practices helps ensure the longevity and proper functionality of the SRS system. Keeping the airbag system in optimal condition not only enhances safety, but also protects the integrity of the vehicle's performance over time. In conclusion, diagnosing and addressing DTC B0020-1A requires a systematic approach that begins with a thorough inspection of all relevant components. Important steps include checking for issues within the driver's side airbag itself, inspecting wiring circuits for shorts, and determining the operability of the SRS unit. Each step is critical to understanding the underlying issues that may trigger this fault code. Moreover, regular preventive maintenance significantly contributes to the efficiency and reliability of the airbag system, ensuring driver and passenger safety. Always documenting the procedures and findings during troubleshooting not only aids in current repairs, but also serves as a valuable reference for future diagnostics. By adhering to these guidelines, you can enhance the safety features of the vehicle effectively. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.